Something about this moment refuses to let you keep pretending that everything is fine, Taurus. On the surface, you may still appear as calm, reliable, and unwavering as ever. Yet beneath that familiar image, another reality has quietly been unfolding for much longer than anyone realizes. You have become fluent in a form of communication that few people truly recognize. It is not expressed through dramatic speeches or constant reassurance, but through unwavering presence, quiet sacrifice, and loyalty that rarely asks for recognition. You have spent so much of your life becoming the dependable foundation for everyone around you that many people have forgotten there is a human heart beneath that strength. They admire your stability without ever questioning the emotional price required to maintain it. They see confidence where there has often been endurance. They see peace where there has sometimes only been silence. They believe you are comfortable because you never complain, never realizing that your ability to remain composed has become one of the most refined survival strategies you have ever developed. Over the years, you learned to hide every fracture before anyone could notice it, convincing yourself that carrying the weight alone was simply part of who you were. Yet even the strongest mountain feels the movement of the earth beneath it, and something deep within your inner world has already begun to shift. This change does not arrive through obvious chaos or dramatic events that everyone else can witness. Instead, it rises quietly, almost invisibly, like an underground current reshaping the landscape beneath your feet. You may notice it during moments when the world finally becomes still, when the distractions disappear and an uncomfortable question gently echoes through your thoughts. You wonder whether the life you have carefully maintained is truly the life your spirit has been longing to experience. That question is not appearing by accident. It is not emotional weakness, nor is it a passing phase that will disappear tomorrow. It is the voice of your soul asking for attention after waiting patiently for far too long. There comes a point when even the most resilient person must admit that carrying everything without support was never the purpose of their existence. The universe is not attempting to dismantle everything you have created. It is trying to free you from believing that constant responsibility is the only way you deserve love, respect, or security. It is gently guiding your awareness away from endless, outside expectations and toward the quiet truth that has always lived within you. For too long, you have allowed the opinions, achievements, and appearances of other people to become background noise that slowly eroded your confidence without you even realizing it. Now your attention is being redirected inward because every answer you have been searching for exists far beneath those comparisons. Before we continue exploring everything that is beginning to awaken inside your life, allow this very moment to become a conscious turning point. Pause long enough to recognize that if these words are stirring something you have carried silently for years, that feeling deserves acknowledgement. If this message reflects a truth you have rarely spoken aloud, let it become your invitation to engage with it fully. Share this experience with someone whose heart may also need this reminder. Become part of a community where conversations about the soul are welcomed rather than dismissed. And beneath this video, leave a simple declaration by writing, "I am ready to listen to what lies beneath the silence." Those words are more than a comment. They become a personal commitment to remain present throughout this journey, because the deepest wisdom rarely appears before we are willing to sit with temporary discomfort. The discoveries waiting ahead belong only to those who choose courage over avoidance. There is a deeper reason these words have entered your life precisely now, Taurus. The familiar chapter you have relied upon has quietly reached its natural conclusion. Without realizing it, you have continued returning to routines, beliefs, and methods that once protected you, not simply because they worked, but because they helped you avoid the uncertainty that comes with change. Somewhere inside you lives an old, protective voice shaped by previous disappointments. It constantly reminds you that unfamiliar opportunities carry hidden dangers, that caution prevents unnecessary pain, and that people who seem overly confident often fail to notice what could go wrong. That voice contains genuine wisdom because discernment has always been one of your greatest gifts. However, over time, that same wisdom slowly transformed into limitation. What began as healthy caution eventually surrounded your heart with invisible walls. Without intending to, you started confusing stillness with security, believing that remaining exactly where you are was somehow safer than discovering who you might become. That pattern can no longer continue. Reflection is no longer optional. It has become essential for your next stage of growth. The universe is encouraging you to stop evaluating your value by measuring yourself against someone else's accomplishments, someone else's timeline, or someone else's visible success. Their experiences belong to them, just as your journey belongs only to you. The only meaningful comparison available is between the person you are today and the person you once were. Think about the version of yourself from a year ago, from several months ago, or even from yesterday. Notice how many quiet storms you survived without applause. Recognize how much emotional endurance has been built through challenges no one else fully understood. This process is not about criticizing yourself for what remains unfinished. It is about honoring every unseen step that brought you here with compassion instead of judgment. As your perspective softens toward yourself, another realization may begin emerging within your closest relationships. You may already sense emotional distance growing between yourself and someone who matters deeply to you. Perhaps conversations have become shorter. Perhaps silence feels heavier than it once did. Or perhaps there is an invisible barrier neither of you knows how to cross. It would be easy to interpret that distance as the beginning of an ending. Yet that is not what this moment is truly preparing. What exists between you now is better understood as a sacred pause before necessary truth finally finds its voice. The other person, just like you, has been carrying thoughts that feel difficult to express. They have been wrestling internally with conversations influenced by old wounds, lingering misunderstandings, and memories that continue shaping the present. Fear has been present on both sides. Fear of reopening pain, fear of hearing words that cannot be taken back, and fear of discovering what remained unspoken for far too long. Yet the conversation approaching is not arriving to destroy what exists between you. It is arriving because healing cannot begin where honesty is absent. The pressure building now serves a greater purpose. It creates the conditions for transformation. Whether this relationship evolves into something stronger, more genuine, and more deeply committed, or whether it lovingly releases both of you towards separate paths built upon truth, this moment becomes the doorway through which authentic healing can finally enter. And that realization prepares the ground for everything that is about to unfold next. Before you allow uncertainty to convince you that distance means something has been lost, pause and recognize what is actually unfolding beneath the surface. Taurus. What appears to be emotional stillness is not the same as abandonment. Sometimes the universe creates a period of quiet, not because something is ending, but because something extraordinary is preparing to emerge without distraction. This reflective season is not asking you to fear the silence. It is inviting you to trust it. The space you have been experiencing is serving a sacred purpose, allowing emotions, intentions, and truths to settle into their proper places before the next chapter reveals itself. That is why this moment feels so different from ordinary waiting. It carries the unmistakable sensation that something meaningful is approaching, even if you cannot yet see its shape. If you have been walking this path alone, understand that your heart is no longer searching for temporary companionship or relationships built upon convenience. Your spirit has matured beyond that. What your soul truly longs for is someone whose presence feels like recognition rather than novelty. Someone whose connection reaches beneath appearances and touches the parts of you that have remained hidden for years. The universe has already begun responding to that deeper desire. A significant individual may soon enter your life, Not someone interested in shallow attraction or passing excitement, but someone who values sincerity, emotional depth, and lasting commitment. This person may embody the grounded steadiness associated with Taurus, or carry the adventurous wisdom often connected with Sagittarius. Whatever form they take, their purpose remains the same. They are drawn toward creating a relationship that nurtures growth as much as affection. They will not be intimidated by the protective walls you have spent years constructing around your heart. Instead, they will recognize those walls for what they truly are, evidence of strength shaped through experience rather than emotional distance. They will see beyond the image you present to the world and appreciate the quiet depth you have protected so carefully. Their role in your life extends beyond romance alone. They arrive to evolve alongside you, to encourage your expansion, to gently challenge old limitations, and to create an environment where conversations can finally reach the emotional depth your spirit has always desired. Do not be surprised if your first encounters with this connection feel strangely familiar, as though you are meeting someone entirely new while simultaneously remembering a bond that has existed beyond memory itself. That remarkable sense of recognition is simply another reflection of the profound transformation already unfolding around you. Yet this powerful current of change is not confined to matters of the heart. It is moving through every important area of your life, including the work you have devoted yourself to with such unwavering commitment. Deep inside, you already sense that one chapter is quietly drawing to its natural conclusion. The countless hours you invested, the responsibilities you carried without seeking praise, and the consistent effort you offered even when few people acknowledged it have never been invisible to the forces shaping your path. The presence of the Three of Pentacles energy surrounding you confirms that your dedication has created something lasting. Those whose opinions truly matter have begun recognizing the mastery you developed through patience and persistence. Because of that recognition, opportunities capable of changing your professional direction are beginning to emerge. A promotion, an exciting career possibility, or a meaningful proposal connected to your work may soon present itself. This opportunity offers more than increased financial security. It also carries the promise of deeper fulfillment, allowing your daily efforts to align more closely with your sense of purpose. Naturally, such change may awaken uncertainty. You could find yourself facing decisions that require considerable courage. Perhaps this path asks you to travel beyond familiar surroundings, adapt to an unfamiliar environment, or accept responsibilities that simultaneously inspire excitement and healthy apprehension. Resist the temptation to retreat simply because growth feels unfamiliar. The difficult chapter defined by prolonged struggle is reaching completion, making space for a new season characterized by achievement, confidence, and authentic satisfaction. This is why remaining attentive becomes so important. Listen carefully when unexpected invitations appear. Pay attention when doors begin opening in directions you had not anticipated. Trust that every lesson you have accumulated has prepared you for exactly this moment. The abilities required to succeed are already within you. What lies ahead is not a test of whether you deserve success. It is an opportunity to express the value you have quietly cultivated all along. There is an important distinction between demonstrating your gifts and desperately trying to prove your worth. For much of your life, you may have felt as though you needed constant validation before believing you belonged in greater spaces. That season has ended. You are no longer standing outside, hoping someone grants you permission to succeed. You are walking into opportunities built upon the very foundation your perseverance created over time. However, before these blessings can fully settle into both your personal relationships and your professional life, the universe gently places one final invitation before you. It asks you to release what has become too heavy to continue carrying. That invitation arrives through forgiveness. Not because those who caused pain necessarily deserve it, but because your own peace deserves to be restored. Forgiveness should never be confused with pretending painful experiences never occurred. It does not erase accountability, nor does it excuse actions that wounded your heart. Instead, it represents the courageous decision to stop allowing yesterday's injuries to dictate today's emotional freedom. Resentment often disguises itself as protection, yet over time it becomes something far heavier. The bitterness you continue holding affects you far more than the people connected to its origin. It quietly anchors your heart to experiences your spirit has been longing to move beyond. If unresolved pain still occupies space within you, if someone's actions continue influencing your inner peace long after the moment itself has passed, this is the perfect time to consciously loosen your grip upon that burden. In certain situations, forgiveness may open the possibility of extending another chance to someone else. More often, however, it becomes the beautiful act of giving yourself another chance, another opportunity to breathe without the constant weight of old wounds. Today asks for deep reflection and meaningful choices. Allow yourself to honestly acknowledge every emotion that surfaces. Feel the disappointment without denying it. Recognize the anger without becoming imprisoned by it. Honor the sadness without believing it defines your future. Then, through wisdom and genuine compassion toward yourself, choose to release what no longer serves your growth. As that emotional weight begins lifting, your path will gradually appear brighter, almost as though a long season of storm clouds has finally moved beyond the horizon, and sunlight is returning to illuminate possibilities you could not previously see. Alongside these inner transformations, certain traditions also associate meaningful moments with symbolic numbers and colors. While such symbols can certainly appear as beautiful synchronicities, their greatest value lies within the deeper message they encourage you to contemplate. Today, the numbers 42 and 6 present themselves before you. Rather than viewing 42 merely as a lucky number, allow it to represent the harmony created when responsibility is balanced with wisdom. The energy of 4 reflects the strong and dependable foundations you have spent your life constructing, while the energy of 2 reminds you that balance, cooperation, and thoughtful diplomacy are equally necessary for lasting fulfillment. The number 6 carries the vibration of love, healing, family, and emotional restoration. Together, these numbers tell a story about creating a life where strong foundations support genuine connection rather than emotional isolation. Instead of treating them as simple signs of fortune, let them become quiet questions for meditation. Ask yourself how greater balance can strengthen the foundations you have already built, and how deeper healing can transform those foundations into a home where both your heart and your future are finally able to flourish, preparing you for the next revelation that is patiently waiting just beyond this moment. The color presented is brown. Brown is the color of the earth. Your element, Taurus. It is the color of grounding, of stability, of rich, fertile soil ready for new growth. Wearing this color is not a superstitious act. It is a conscious alignment with your core strength. When you wear it, let it remind you of your innate connection to the earth, of your power to be grounded and centered, even amidst the winds of change. Let it be a tactile reminder that you are a being of substance and strength, ready to cultivate the new seeds that are being offered to you. Because right now, it is time to clear the ground. It is time to rush, not with panic, but with intention, to clear up the misunderstandings that have clouded your relationships. You may not even realize how certain things have been left unresolved, how old conversations have left a residue of confusion that lingers in the air. Now is the time to lay your cards on the table, to speak with gentle honesty, so that nothing remains in the shadow of doubt. This will also apply to your finances. Unexpected issues may arise demanding your attention. Do not postpone these decisions. Do not delay settling what is owed. This is not just about money, Taurus. It is about integrity. It is about bringing every corner of your life into order, clearing out the energetic clutter, so that new abundance has space to flow in. And to do this, you must confront the one trait that has served you and sabotaged you in equal measure. Your stubbornness, that unyielding nature which has helped you persevere through unimaginable hardship, must now be tempered with a new grace. It is time to make way for flexibility. I want you to search the most hidden corners of your heart for the tools that will make you more adaptable. Look at things differently. Think differently. Challenge your own assumptions, and little by little, you will feel the rigidity soften. And everything that felt stuck will begin to flow back into a natural, easy rhythm. As you cultivate this new flexibility, you must also become fiercely protective of your energy. Stay away from the influence of people who do not contribute to your growth. You know who they are. They are the ones who subtly drain your spirit, who appear kind and pleasant, but leave you feeling diminished. They may even offer advice, but it is advice designed to keep you small, to keep you within their orbit. They are masters of subtle manipulation, coaxing you into sharing your dreams only to sow seeds of doubt. Now is the time to draw a firm boundary, not with anger, but with a quiet, unshakable resolve. Your energy is a sacred resource. It is the fuel for this transformation. Do not give it away to those who do not cherish it. Instead, pour that energy into genuine connection. The vibe today is about empathizing, about truly putting yourself in another's shoes. This is how you will communicate more smoothly, how you will bridge the gaps that have formed. It is about connecting with what truly lights you up from within, and letting go of anything that feels like a chore. Have you recently started a new project, a relationship, or a path that seemed exciting at first, but has now lost its spark? Do not see this as a failure. It is simply feedback. Your soul is telling you that this is not the way. The key is to stop forcing it. Pushing harder when inspiration wanes only lowers your frequency and keeps you trapped in the very limiting beliefs you are trying to escape. Give yourself permission to step back and focus on what brings you genuine, uncomplicated joy. This is the energy of the World card, which signifies that you have reached a level of mastery and completion. A major chapter of your life is closing, and while all endings carry a hint of nostalgia, this one is opening a door to something far greater than you can imagine. Your past difficulties were not in vain, Taurus. They were the training ground. They were preparing you for the triumph that is to come. And part of that triumph is a sincere, heartfelt connection represented by the Two of Cups. This heralds the arrival of a bond built on mutual respect and emotional balance. Whether it is a new romance or the beautiful reunion of an old love, this energy promises healing and true companionship. I know you may feel nervous. I know past hurts have made you indecisive and wary of opening your heart, but this connection is different. Someone who has done their own work, who has matured emotionally, is ready to meet you on your level. They will bring clarity and honesty, not confusion and games. This is all part of a grand rebalancing governed by the energy of justice. This card shines as a powerful sign of divine fairness. If you have been grappling with difficult decisions or feeling that life has been unjust, know that the scales are tipping back in your favor. The truth will prevail. The universe is conspiring to restore balance to your life. This is the time to face any pending issues with confidence, knowing that a fair and positive outcome is assured. This card also carries a gentle reminder. As you receive this justice, you must also extend it. Be fair in your own dealings, take personal responsibility, and act with integrity. All of this is creating the fertile ground for the Ace of Pentacles, a powerful symbol of a new beginning in the material world. This is a tangible opportunity, a new job offer, a lucrative venture, an unexpected influx of resources. It is a solid foundation upon which you can build your future. Be open to help and mentorship from experienced people who see your potential and believe in you. Your plans and your efforts are about to bear fruit, and the key is to remain focused and proactive. But there is one final hurdle you must face, and it is the most subtle of all. It is the realm of the moon, which governs your subconscious fears, your illusions, and the emotional blocks that hold you back, especially when it comes to love and trust. It is so natural to feel cautious after past disappointments. It is so easy to let the ghosts of yesterday dictate the possibilities of tomorrow. The moon advises patience and deep introspection. Trust your intuition. Your gut feelings are your most reliable compass right now. Allow yourself the time and space to heal fully, because only by clearing out those old fears can you make room for the new love and profound abundance that are already on their way to you. And finally, you are being guided by the triumphant energy of the Chariot. This card represents victory achieved through sheer determination, willpower, and discipline. Despite any obstacles, despite any opposing forces around you, your inner strength and unwavering focus will carry you forward. This is you, Taurus, at your very best. This card is an affirmation that you are in control of your destiny. It is time to make decisive choices and refuse to let fear or hesitation hinder your progress. You are headed toward a victory in love, in work, in your own soul that will not only fulfill you, but will astound those who underestimated your quiet power when it comes to your physical well-being. This transformation demands your full attention. For too long, you have put your health on the back burner, prioritizing everything and everyone else. The stress tests, the checkups, they feel tedious, but they are sacred acts of self-care. Your body is the vessel for your soul's journey. You must honor it. Prepare a healthy menu. Detoxify your system. Consult a professional if you can, but also embrace the simple, powerful acts of nourishment. More vegetables, more legumes, probiotics. These are not just dietary changes. They are infusions of vitality. Regarding your finances, your horizon is shimmering with promise. The setbacks you faced were not punishments. They were lessons. They prepared you for this breakthrough. Trust that divine timing is at work. Your consistent actions, your willingness to learn, and your unwavering vision are what will ultimately manifest this new reality. Choose the opportunities that align with your long-term goals, not just your short-term needs. Your financial success is not a distant dream. It is a tangible reality taking shape before your very eyes. Let faith and strategy be your guides, and in matters of the heart, be prudent, but not fearful. If you are in a relationship, handle your words with care. Absolute frankness can wound. Even when your intention is pure, you hold the secret to many things, Taurus. And you know that if people listen to you, their lives will be better. But wisdom lies in knowing when to offer your truth. Give your opinion when it is asked for, and always deliver it with the love that is in your good heart. Enjoy the moments of intimacy and closeness. Not every minute of the day must be productive. Embrace the romance, the warmth, the quiet moments of connection that touch the soul. If you are single, be selective. Do not rush into a new relationship just to fill a void. Your heart is a sacred space. Wait for the one who honors it. Your family dynamics are also reflecting these shifts. Recent tensions are beginning to resolve as you do your inner work. Your ability to forgive will bring peace, not just to you, but to your entire family system. Open the channels of communication. Share your truth with love. You may be surprised by the support you receive. Reconnecting with your roots will bring you stability and comfort. Energetically, the planets are aligned to give you the strength of a titan to face these changes. The positive energy to enhance is your growing flexibility. Rigidity is breaking down. The negative to avoid is your old friend, obstinacy. Do not obsess over your own ideas. There are so many alternatives you haven't yet considered. Think about when you can't find your keys. It's only when you look at the room from a completely new angle that you finally spot them. That is the metaphor for your life right now. Change your perspective, and you will find everything you have been searching for. Your compatibility is highest right now with those who can mirror and support this journey. With a Virgo, you will find a shared sense of purpose and a happy, stable attitude. With a Scorpio, you will experience moments of deep, transformative pleasure and an incredible unspoken understanding. And with a fellow Taurus, you will feel seen and validated, capable of achieving anything you set your mind to, because you are both speaking the same silent language of strength and soul. Dear Taurus, this is your time. This is the moment when all the pressure, all the pain, and all the perseverance crystallizes into something beautiful and real. You are not just turning a page. You are closing a book and beginning to write an entirely new one. One where you are the conscious author of your own happiness, liberation, and peace.